Hey, good morning, everyone. Welcome to today's webinar. As we have now people still streaming in, let me tell you more about what we do. But before that, I'm going to run a poll so that everybody can get it. Let me know, is this your first time here on this webinar? Okay, let's get this started rolling, everybody. Just for the first time, any first timers here, we have a daily webinar where Jin will be walking through his thoughts and ideas for a very specific currency for each day. Those who are new here, let me let you know about what we do each day. Monday, we will talk about the Aussie and New Zealand dollars. Tuesday, we will talk about the euro pair. Wednesday, we'll talk about the pound. Thursday, we'll talk about the yen and the gold. Friday, we'll be talking about the Canadian dollar and oil. So today it's Thursday. So Jin will be talking about the yen and the gold, which is a very favorite topic. Now, this webinar is going to be very beneficial to long-term investors or short-term traders. During this session, Jin will be going through what could move prices, any possible trade ideas, highlight potential targets and risks. Of course, any information shared during this session is not intended to be a trade recommendation. It is solely the opinion and views of the speaker. So please remember to do your own analysis prior to any entering any trades at all. Okay. For those who are new here, my name is Daniel. I have known Jin for many years, first as a student in LCMS Traders, now as a business partner in Forex Briefcase. Jin has run both LCMS Traders and Forex Briefcase as a trading coach and $1 million trader, trading more almost $8 million of AUM right now. What this means is, as he trades and he's also invited to speak at many stages globally. In fact, one of the reasons why you might be here is because that you might have seen him presenting at the event or attended one of the courses previously. So, so while we are going to get started and people are still streaming in, let me launch another poll just to let me know, where did you find this, where do you join this from? How do you get here? Just let us know how you get here so that we can actually share ourselves, know where we can ask people to come in, because it's so beneficial to any traders here. So if you got any friends and families who are trading Forex, this is the place to be in the morning, to listen out, to get started, to know what is the direction and what you should do, planning for your Forex trading is up. Okay, so good. We have a lot of Traders Club members and the Telegram channel as well. So, okay, Jin, well, after you drink your Coke, all to you.
This is not sponsored, by the way. So Coke, if you're watching, please, I don't mind some cans, free cans. All right. So there are still a number of you who have not voted. Please click. It's only one button away to click. You click on a lot more buttons when you're trading. So click on a button here. We are live on Facebook as well. So on Forex Trading Asia, we are live there. So if you have the opportunity, take up that another click, go click on the share button and help us share this video, this currency analysis. All right, so today is Thursday. Thursday, we will look at the yen pairs, so US yen, pound yen, euro yen, and also gold. I call it the reserve currency, reserve commodity day. Traders Club members, give me a big thumbs up. I know most of you didn't enter the trade, but I want to try my luck again. Give me a big thumbs up if you entered the trade. I see the thumbs up already, but give me a big thumbs up if you entered the trade on pound yen. All right, some thumbs up. I'll just assume that some of you entered but didn't want to do the thumbs up. All right, so let's get started. Looking at the poll, I'm not going to go through too much about Traders Club because most of you already are from Traders Club. So it's here, LCMS Traders Club on Facebook. All the links are there. So if you want to find out anything more, you can click on the info there. I think Ken was asking a question. It is $49 a month to join, or $199 a year. join for $199 a year. So you can request to join. I think Ken, you're probably in here. You can request to join once you've done the payments as the subscription. Then the admin guys will let you in. All right. So I was talking about the pound yen trade. I posted this 2 days ago. Highly speculative. We sat there for a while. I entered a trade on my own account as well, and then I did a bit of a follow-up in terms of what it was doing. Most of you might have missed this. So 45 minutes ago, I posted the update that it was moving quite nicely. You might want to close it off or move your stop loss to about a 50 something pip profit, and then let it run and see whether you can go to take profit. So that's for the Traders Club members. I fire out some trades that I jump into on my own, and then I'll share that with you. Quite straightforward, right? So those are, and most of you are already members. Those of you who are not, make sure you click join. All right. All right. So looking at the news today, we have Forex Factory, where we look at the news. The Aussie employment numbers came out as we expected. We were expecting quite a bad number. I can't remember what unemployment number I was quoting on Monday, but it came out as I expected, bad, worse than previous, worse than before. Same with the New Zealand GDP as well. So we saw some downside on the New Zealand and also the Aussie. A lot of news today from the Swiss bank about their policy, and also more importantly the pound, right? So I spoke about pound yesterday. I'm not going to do a recap. Watch the video if you have not seen it yet. So I did a quick analysis on the pound here, and then we have Canadian and the US, and also some of the Euro tomorrow and Canadian tomorrow as well. So tomorrow's Canadian will be quite interesting on the retail sales number expectation coming tomorrow night. So not much news about the yen or the gold coming up over the next couple of days. Next week as well, just a quick overview. Not much news about the yen either, right? So nothing nothing coming up, possibly no surprises coming up. However, what we want to look at is the day before. Where was it? The day before we had, oh wait, I'm too far away. Let me just find it. Let me find it. Where is it? So on Tuesday, so the day before, we had the Bank of Japan coming out with the monetary policy statement, where they actually held the rates, and the same thing, right? The same thing coming from the Bank of Japan was that they had all the tools ready. They were ready to do more asset purchase. They're ready to scale up. They're ready to support the economy. They're ready to do everything, but they're going to wait. They're going to wait and see. So like this headline here, they won't act unless it hits other markets. They're sitting tight while assessing virus response. They have the tools ready, and they're sitting there. They're waiting to see what to do, when to release, when to take action, right? So because of that, with no news coming, no surprises coming up, and this overlaying expectation from the Bank of Japan, we can see what happens in the charts, and actually makes the charts a lot easier to trade, right? So looking at the charts here, the US yen, right? So the US yen, hang on, give me a second. The US yen has been sitting quite close to the 106.87 level. It is actually sitting on it right now. At this point, if the Bank of Japan still continues to hold and not do anything, we probably will see it sit at this level for a while. However, it hasn't dropped a lot previously. The last time it broke below this level was in April, but this level held quite strong since March, and even all the way to October last year. It bounced quite strongly off this level as well. even in June last year, it came down to this level and bounced up to the 109 level. So at this point, I anticipate that on the H4 time frame, we can see it sitting there. It possibly could go lower, right? We could see it go a little bit lower, but the overall direction I anticipate is for the US yen to possibly go up, with deriving that move upwards from a weakness, a little bit of weakness in the yen. You know, they might start implementing some of the tools that they see that they have ready, and also we might see the US dollar firm up a little bit more, as we see other currencies losing ground against the US dollar. We might see the US dollar firm up a bit more against the yen. So in the US yen, we might see it test this 106.87 level before possibly shooting back up. What could also happen is it doesn't test this level and it does shoot straight back up as well. This support level is going to be something that you want to sit there and wait, not jump into a trade too quickly. It's quite a strong support, so you can expect it to test this level quite a bit. For possible trade idea, you know, you might look at it as a good 60 pip, you know, let it bounce up a little bit more, a good 60 pip stop loss, for a possible 120 pip take profit, or even 160 pip take profit, 180 pip take profit. So we're still looking at a risk of 1 to 2, 1 to 3, but at that entry level where I had, you know, about that point there, you do have quite a bit more time to wait, especially if it drops lower before bouncing back up. So US yen, you know, don't rush into that trade. Let it test, let it fluctuate at this 106.87 level before a possible move upwards. Can it go downwards? Yes, it can. But if it does go downwards, I'm probably not going to be so keen on selling it lower. I'll probably be sitting out. If it does go low, I'll sit out, wait for it to bounce back up before looking for that buying opportunity again. All right. So that was the US yen. Looking at the euro yen, is actually more straightforward. We see some weakness in that euro dollar. So we could see so looking at the euro dollar here, you know, it's sitting there, it's been trying to come down. It's sitting at this level here. We could see that if it tries to come down and break below the 1.117 level, we can see the euro yen also possibly heading lower. However, looking at it on the H4 time frame, the euro yen at this level looks like for it to go any lower, it needs to break below this 119.38. Same thing. I anticipate that this one might be a bit different. I anticipate that we could see some upward move before that downward move on the euro yen. So it's a bit, although it's all about the yen, US yen, euro yen, pound yen, it's likely to move a little bit differently because the euro yen is based against the euro, US yen based against the dollar. So at this point, I think that it could test this 119.38 level, test that support, bounce back up a little bit before testing lower and breaking this support level. So, you know, look for a 70 pip stop and a possible 200 pip take. Maybe even a 180 pip take profit might be reasonable as well. This is still highly speculative because at this support level, a lot of things need to happen before it can move according to what we expect. So be a little bit more careful with the euro yen here. Okay, what I like about the pound yen, so you can see that I have a trade on the pound yen here. What I like about the pound yen is I'll probably, for those of you who are already in the trade, you know, we said that the stop loss level of 13440 was about there. You know, you move your stop loss down. I think it might hit. I think that we might see the pound yen actually climb back up quite strongly, or at least to test that resistance level of 135.43 again. Why I think that is because of tonight's pound news. We might see that they cut back a little bit on asset purchase. So as they cut back on the asset purchase, we might see some strengthening in the yen. So as we see that strengthening in the pound actually. So as we see the strengthening in the pound, we could see this pound yen move back up a little bit, test this resistance of 135.43, and possibly even go higher. So there's a little bit of a counter or a news-based trade here, especially tonight. If it does shoot back up, we could see that move up. Could be a bit of a surprise coming from the market, especially coming from the Bank of England. So, those of you who are in this trade, I would suggest best to close it out, with that news coming, and then wait for the news to re-decide what to do, whether to buy it up from the 135.43 level or for it to retest that level and then start selling it back down again. Okay, so maintain that flexibility on the pound yen. We do have quite a big news coming out tonight from the Bank of England. So, maintain that flexibility, trade, but don't leave that trade running. Manage that trade a little bit more. Okay. I see the chat blinking away. Let me see if there's any questions or it's just a summaries. Okay, I see a lot of chat going, but I think the guys got it covered. So last one we'll look at is the gold. Okay, gold. For all the times I've talked about gold, I've always started that line saying I'm starting to sound like a bit of a broken record. I think it's in that range. It's probably going to go up. At this point now, I actually think that gold might not go higher in the medium term. Gold might actually come back down towards off the 1730 into the 1692 level. It's tried, for the past couple of days, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, even 7 days for the whole week. It's tried to go up. It's been struggling to break that 1730 level. We might see it come back down off that resistance, back into the range. One of the reasons of it coming back in is we see that there's not so much bad news coming out in the world, right? We seem to be getting over COVID, or rather, COVID seems to be a bit of an old news now. There is a bit of a risk of a second wave, but everyone seems to be getting it in their stride. The unrest in the US seems to be coming down a little bit. The bad news coming from globally, the economic news globally doesn't seem to be as bad. There seems to be some recovery in economic data being released. So all that somewhat optimism coming from globally has possibly taken a bit of risk off the table. So we might not see gold shooting back up. Might not see people rushing into gold as a reserve. We'll see gold probably tamping down a little bit, coming off the 1730 level, possibly heading within that range of the 1692, and sitting there again. It's been doing that since April, right? Since April, it's actually been sitting in that range, fluctuating. So I think that we might see that happen again. So nothing too exciting for gold coming up. Looking at it, I think that the more exciting news will be pound yen tonight, and also possibly the US yen at this 106.87 level, what it does, especially if it manages to bounce quite strongly off this support, that is going to be quite an interesting trade for the US yen. All right, so very quickly covered through over the three currency pairs and gold. If you have any questions, please put it in the chat. If not, Daniel, you want to take it back?
Hold on. I think Tommy had a question with all the unrest in US election coming. Why do you see a US strengthening in the short term? It was a question by Tommy.
Where is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we haven't. So there has been unrest, but no, like I was just saying just then, the unrest seems to have quelled a little bit. I haven't got much big news updates, or nothing has really triggered the news too much. So there has been unrest, but it hasn't. It seems to have peaked. It seems to have come down off a little bit, and the economic data has been quite good coming from the US, right? I can't remember the recent economic data coming from the US. I think it was retail sales that was quite good coming from the US. So we have seen some strength, some optimism. That's why I'm looking at maybe some, getting off the bottom, turning into some little bit of strength in the US dollar. Any other questions? I've lost track of what's happening in the chat.
No problem.
So let me know if there's any questions.
I think Ben, your question was, why do you prefer pound yen over euro yen?
Pound yen over euro yen. So pound yen. So euro yen one is because it's sitting at this level. It's almost near the support. Anticipated that it could bounce up a little bit before coming back down. Still depends on what the US yen is going to do. Depends on what the euro yen is going to do. So the euro dollar is going to do. So there's a lot of factors going into the euro yen at this point. But for the pound yen, well, first is I've got a nice trade that I probably will close out right after this call. So I'll probably close out that trade. And also tonight we have a big news coming from the Bank of England about the rates, which they're probably going to hold, but we're going to see a forward indication of what they think rates will be in the future, and also further commentary about the asset repurchase, about the asset purchasing program, whether they're going to scale it up, hold it at this level, or cut it back. So those are the triggers that's possibly going to influence the pound yen. So that's why I'm more keen on the pound yen, with a bit more of obvious triggers coming, especially later tonight.
Okay, great. Cynthia asked today gold in range 1724 to 1730 for your kind advice. I think Jin has mentioned a little bit of that. It's probably going to hold and probably going to move downward movement. Right. So any other question? If not, I don't see much questions. That's good. Thank you, Jin, for your analysis on the yen and the gold. It's really very informative. And I think in this case, it's really will prepare us to trade for especially today's news. So, okay, I'm going to launch a poll on a review of this session. What's your thoughts of this session? Has it done well? Give us your reviews. So and by the way,
sorry, just before that, while you're doing the poll, just to let you know, tomorrow is CAD. Tomorrow is CAD and WTI. Good stuff, good news, fantastic news is I will not be doing the session tomorrow. Daniel, give us a big wave. Give us the big wave. Daniel will be doing the session tomorrow. I am at another appointment. I'll be actually on radio. I'm actually being interviewed on radio, so I'll be at that call. So please make sure you turn up tomorrow bright and early, 11 o'clock. I want to see a record attendance, right? So we've always been averaging about 30 something. I'm looking for 50 people to jump on that call. Make sure you get your friends on, get family and friends on to attend Daniel's session. The more people that attends Daniel's session, I can get him to do more sessions from then onwards, right? So make sure you get more people on. Tomorrow, 11 a.m., CAD and WTI. He's got fantastic news. We have CAD retail sales number coming out tomorrow night. So he's going to give you all his insights, the insider news coming from Daniel. Daniel does all the signals. And Signals has been making a lot of money, so make sure you attend. He's going to give you all that secret tips and juices. All right.
Yeah, so stay tuned. But if you can as well, switch on the radio and listen to Jin talk. Okay, so by the way, a recording of the video will be uploaded. So thank you for joining the sessions today. Tomorrow it's Friday. We'll be talking about the cat, and yes, I'll be talking about it as well. So I'm looking forward to see you then. Okay, see you. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.